guys, this is EK1 Gaming, and today I'm going to be bringing you a new and updated version of my rifle build, which I previously released. Now, the rifle build that I released before wasn't maxed out at all, and it had some items missing, and I just wanted to kind of bring you the updated version of that, because a lot of you in my streams have been asking me how I'm hitting so hard, or you know, how we're doing these heroics or landmarks in the DZ so fast, and also one tap / two tapping people in the dark zone as well. So let me first start by showing you the specialization. Now this is kind of open, you can kind of choose whatever you want, but I've not been playing PC for that long, so really I've only got gunner and demolition list unlocked. So for me, I go with gunner and pretty much do that just for the armor kits. Killing enemies grants 10% armor, etc. So basically there's not really much to talk about in terms of the set, but of course you want your rifle damage increased by 15%, so just make sure that there is max. Now going into the actual build, you'll see that it's the typical 3 Providence with the Seska Viroba holster, the Contractor gloves, and the Fox's Prayer knee pads. So let's just get into what my weapons are. And in terms of weapons, your primary or your first weapon can be anything really. People use Pestilence, but I just prefer to use my Savage Wolverine, which is 109.2k damage base. Of course, it's got assault rifle damage maxed out, crit damage maxed out. You'd probably want to get that health damage maxed out as well. I just haven't bothered to re-roll another one. So if anything, I could have like crit chance or health damage even more on there. Something like that. And of course, this comes with perfectly close and personal. And in terms of mods on this weapon, it's pretty simple. Crit chance pointer, accuracy and stability scope, because basically I don't really have anything else in terms of scopes. And then a plus 10 rounds, because I don't have the plus 20 round. So if you have the plus 20 round, please put that on. As you know, guys, I'm pretty new to PC. I've only been playing PC around a month. So it's kind of me trying to get these mods. So let's go on to the secondary. And this is the baby. This is the Baker's Dozen. Now, you might be thinking straight away, holy damn, how is he hitting 620.4k total damage? Now, I'm going to explain how to do that in just a little bit, because I put a tweet out saying this one basic talent put me from 530k to 620k. Now on the Baker's Dozen, I've got a pretty good rolled one. I've got rifle damage maxed out, crit damage nearly maxed, and then I've got headshot damage maxed out as well. Of course, you get the perfect lucky shot, which means while you're in cover, if you basically miss shots, you don't lose a bullet out of your gun. So simple as that. As long as you're in cover, you can spam that gun as much as you want. Now, this is getting a nerf. We don't know how bad the nerf's going to be, but it will be getting a nerf. So just keep an eye out on the nerf and maybe switch to something like the just normal M1A with a different talent. Recommended Rifleman, Boomerang, something like that instead. But for now, Baker's Dozen, it's working well. And the mods on the Baker's Dozen, on the scope, I've just got accuracy. You can pretty much do whatever you want on the scope. As I say, I haven't got a crit damage or crit chance mod for the scope. If you do have that, put that on. You want to spec everything crit damage, crit chance. Laser pointer, I've gone for crit chance. And then the mag, I don't have the mag size, but you get that from the control points as well. So yeah, it's just a standard gun. It's good, it hits hard. Now we're going to go into the mask. Field protective mask, Providence defense. We've got 11.7 weapon damage, 10.8 crit damage, and 6% crit chance. And the mod on there is 11.1 crit damage. So ideally, of course, you'd want the weapon damage further up to the max. And of course, the weapon damage, crit damage a little bit higher as well. My mod is not maxed out either. So going into the chest piece, it's going to be the Sacrifice chest piece, which is Providence defense, and it's perfect glass cannon. Now on this, I've got 13.4% weapon damage, 5.4% crit chance, max crit damage, which is 12%, and then I've got 11.7 crit damage mod. Of course, the crit damage mod goes to 12%, the crit chance goes to 6%, and the 13.4 goes to 15 if you have maxed out. Now, the main thing about this is the perfect glass cannon. Now, this is one of those talents you either love or you hate. I love it, and I use it in PvP as well. People say I'm crazy for using it in PvP, but that damage to me means a lot. Like, it means I can one tap. But also, taking 60% more damage means that you get hit hard and you die fast. If you get touched by fire, I mean, fire even just looks at you, you're dead. So you've got to kind of keep a distance when fighting, in especially PvP, with this build. Now, the crit damage mod, yeah, you can get max. That's nearly max. So this actual chest piece is pretty good. I got this chest piece recently as well, just in the target loot area for Providence defense. Now, the holster, you've got two options here. You can run a crit chance holster, which is Seska Viroba, or you can run a crit damage, which is Grupo Sombra. So this one here. It's pretty much your choice. I prefer Seska than the Grupo Sombra because I just wanted to get my crit chance up a little bit. Now, the holster I'm running is 14.1% weapon damage, 4.2% crit chance, which is not bad, and then max crit damage again. So you can see a pattern: crit chance, crit damage. The backpack we are using now, this is where I'm going to explain to you how to get the damage. So the backpack we're using is a Providence defense. It's the tactical 48-hour backpack, and it's got weapon damage, crit damage, crit chance. All of it's nearly maxed, okay? So it's probably like, what, 95%, 94% there. And then the mod, I'm using a 5.5% crit chance mod, again, which is like 95%. Now, this talent is the big talent. Companion. While you are within 5 meters of an ally or a skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%. Now, it's increased now in this room in the White House because you're next to the vendor, so it counts as like an ally, right? Or if you're next to JTF agents, it's an ally. Or you can do like I do and run a skill which stays with you, so you'll always have that 15%, especially with the skill that I'll show you shortly. So Companion gets your weapon from 534, I believe, or 535 to 620. Like, and if you've got more weapon damage than me, it's going to go up even further. You hit really hard. Now, for the gloves, yes, these are perfect God roll gloves. These are the contractor's gloves. So with contractor's gloves, you automatically get the 11% damage to armor. Now, yes, you have got 10% LMG damage, which is kind of irrelevant to this build. Unless your primary is an LMG, then you're going to get an extra 10%. But for me, it's more about the damage to armor. So we've got max weapon damage, max damage to armor, max crit damage. Now, for the knee pads, again, they're pretty much God roll. So these are the Fox's Prayer knee pads, which give you 15% to damage to out of target covers. Out of cover targets, even. So I've got 13.3% weapon damage, 15% damage to target out of cover, and 12% crit damage. As you can see, I'm maxing crit damage as much as possible. So that is the general build. The pistol doesn't really matter as well. You can kind of have whatever pistol you want. There's not really like a set one that you can have. Whatever you want, really. So in terms of skills, now because of Companion on the backpack, you are going to want to run the drone, and it's going to be the Fixer drone because that's going to give you armor. So meaning what? Meaning it will stay with you. So it's always going to be within 5 meters of you. And the time this lasts is a long time. It stays around for a while. So 180 seconds you actually get this for, which is crazy. And then the cooldown's really good as well, 24 seconds. It's not a problem because the build still hits hard without the actual Companion procced. It's still 530 odd K, so you're still getting a couple of million crits. Now, I also run that with the Hive because obviously you want the Revive Hive to get you up. Because you are running a perfect glass cannon, you're going to want that Hive to be able to get you up. Now, in terms of my watch is not the best because we got rolled back, of course. So I've just been speccing into kind of weapon damage on this. So as you can see, I've got an extra 8.4% weapon damage. No crit damage there yet, really. So I can't wait to get that maxed out. And the crit chance is low as well. So eventually, them two will be maxed out. So when I max out the crit chance, I will lower my crit chance mods that I have on and change them for crit damage. I've got maxed out armor. on here, which is just an extra 10%, which means nothing really. Then I'm speccing into skill damage and skill haste. And then on here, I've just gone for reload speed, just to be able to reload that little bit quicker. And of course, you can see the scavenging is just not worth even looking at. So in terms of armor, I've got 726k, which okay is low. 281.7k health. And that's pretty much the general build here. Now let's go into the stats. I'll first show you the stats on the Savage Wolverine. So the Savage Wolverine, 109,000 weapon damage, 60,000 in PvP, 54.2 crit chance, 143.7 crit damage, 65 headshot, 11 armor, 5 health, and that's really all you need to know. Reload time 2.2. Now this is where the baby comes in. This is the Baker's Dozen, 620k weapon damage, PvP 286k. Now, 54.2% crit chance. Going into crit chance, the maximum is 60. So the reason I've dropped some crit chance is to put more crit damage. Like ideally, I would probably just drop that 4.2 down as well and have another crit damage to put that up. So 50% crit chance for me is enough for now until I level up my watch, and then that will make it the 60. Now, crit damage is at 148.7. I've seen people with this at like, I think it was like 160, 170, maybe even 180. So it's pretty high. Headshot damage is 80%. Now, the reason I don't really use headshot damage is because I'm pretty new to a keyboard and mouse. So I don't hit enough headshots to warrant me speccing into headshot damage. But if you're one of these people that really hits headshots, then go for headshot damage on the build and maybe drop some crit damage for headshot damage. We've obviously got the 11% armor and 2.8 reload speed, but that will all get better within time. So basically, that is going to be at 60%, and that's going to be over 160 crit damage when I'm finished with it. Of course, you need better mods, you need better things to put on it, but generally, the build is crazy good. So I'm going to take you into the firing range now, and then we can kind of show you some of the crits. We're going to go on Elite, so you guys see it if it was like one of the toughest levels. So let me just show you what it's at now. 620, so this is technically with Companion procced. Headshots. So you're looking at what? 2.9 million to the head. Now, let's proc Companion properly, because Companion has a UI bug where it actually shows you that it's procced, but it's not procced. And now Companion is actually procced. And 3.1, I'll show you again. 3.3. Wait for it again. 3.38. So you're hitting for like 3.38 headshot. Now, bearing in mind, I don't have any headshot mods or anything like that on, so I could put that higher if I wanted to. To the body, we're going to be hitting at 2.5 million to the body, which is absolutely amazing if you're thinking of like heroics. And you can see how many crits I'm hitting just with the 54%. Like I say, I'm probably going to drop this down to 50%. It's a good thing to do. It's very good to have. Now, instead of glass cannon, you could go for other talents as well if you wanted to. But me personally, I just love glass cannon. Perfect glass cannon is amazing. And also the companion backpack. I used to run bloodsucker, but I just found that that extra damage is better than having that slight little bit of armor on kill. Now, armor on kill does get you out of trouble a little bit, but really you don't get chance to utilize it as much. So we've gone for companion. Now, guys, that is the end of this build video. I hope this has answered all of your questions that you threw at me on Twitter and in my Twitch stream. Which, by the way, today we actually stayed #1 search on Twitch for the Division 2 all day. So we had over 150 people in the stream. We've got now over 70 subscribers and over 1,000 followers. And we've only streamed 3 times. Now, if you want to go and follow me on Twitch, it's EK1 Gaming. Just go and search twitch.tv/EK1 Gaming or look in the description below and the link will be there. Now, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave me a comment if you've got any changes that you would make or any suggestions for this build. Please hit me with a comment in the comment section below. I will answer. Now, guys, thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go.